Hi gals, welcome back to another episode of Zero Waste Closet. So after many years literally of experimenting with capsule wardrobes, I have come to realize that I have a condition that I call multiple style personalities. Raise your hand if you can relate. So it's really challenging when you have a lot of different styles, a lot of different moods that you love when it comes to getting dressed, and yet at the same time you aspire to have a small compact wardrobe. How do you reconcile the two? One answer, and this is what I have always assumed in the past, is to just ignore your other moods. Try to get yourself to just focus on one style personality, one feeling that's going to infuse your capsule wardrobe, and just try to stick with it. Okay, well, that's what I have tried to do for a long time, and I've come to realize that for me, that just doesn't work. That is the point at which I abandon my capsule wardrobe after getting bored with kind of that same mood all the time, and then I move on to the next mood, and then I get bored with that one. Well, there's a second solution here, and I absolutely love it, and it is called the Mini-Capsule. Okay, so we've talked about this a little bit in the past with regard to doing things like creating a loungewear capsule for yourself, or maybe a fancy capsule, your getting dressed up capsule. These little mini capsules that kind of work in conjunction with your main capsule wardrobe. Well, guess what? You can do the same thing with your different style moods. You can create these little mini capsules. This is an especially great idea if you're someone who, like me, maybe has a style personality that comes through most of the time. So in my case, that's usually the kind of classic with a twist, classic yet a little bit edgy style of dressing. But maybe you have these sort of secondary moods that you occasionally like to turn to, or if there's a trend this season or in the upcoming season that you're really excited about, but you don't want to overhaul your whole capsule wardrobe. Well, that here is the case for me. So we talked about trends last week. We looked at the sheer trend. The mesh top that I modeled for you guys was an example of that, where I just took one piece that nodded to the trend, integrated it into my wardrobe, and that's enough for me. Well, there's another trend coming up for spring that I am super excited about. It really speaks to me, and it is this kind of luxe boho trend. Now, with the luxe boho trend, in my case, one piece won't suffice. I like this trend so much that I want to be able to create really multiple outfits and have some interchangeable pieces. I expect to be wearing this kind of on a regular basis and mixing and matching it with my capsule wardrobe throughout the spring. So I needed to figure out how to create a little mini capsule with just a few pieces that work. And let me tell you how I did it. The first thing I decided to do, as any good minimalist would do, was consult my current wardrobe. So I actually went into the archives because, as you guys might know, when I created my 10-piece French capsule, I just stored away the rest of the stuff. I didn't get rid of it because I knew I might be coming back to a lot of those pieces I liked. So I went into the archives and I thought, you know, and we're going to talk about this in a minute, what are these elements of bohemian style for spring that I like so much? I identified those, went into my current wardrobe, pulled out some pieces that I thought, yep, this would definitely work. And then I sat back and analyzed, where are the gaps? Where are the things that I would love to bring in, but I just don't own? And for those pieces, I went secondhand shopping. And I think that's such a great solution because it is a trend. It is a very specific mood. It might not be something I wear all the time. So let's not break the bank. So I went and had a very successful thrifting trip. Before we get into the pieces, I want to just describe to you guys what I'm talking about with this luxe boho trend. So bohemian can mean a lot of things to a lot of people. It can go anywhere from like cowgirl to flower child, 1960s, 70s vibes, to a very elegant, just flowy, kind of unstructured luxury look. And we're definitely talking more on that side. The designer Chloe really nailed it this season. If you look on the runways, if you jump on Pinterest, you will see pictures that are without a doubt very overdone for daily life, but you'll start to get the flavor of them. So really flowy silhouettes, a lot of sheers, really just soft, drapey, elegant fabrics, lots of fabric, poofy sleeves. We've got denim combined into the mix, dresses over jeans, that kind of boho. And it's this kind of elevated, what I would call like this elevated take on Parisian street chic too. So this speaks to my heart. Let's talk specifically about some of those elements of style within this mood. So we're talking things like suede boots. That's going to be a really big one going into spring, just suede in general. We're talking things on the accessories front like oversized slouchy handbags. Again, things without structure. We're talking fringe. Fringe is always something that nods to boho. Then on the clothing front, like I said, we're talking denim. I really love this whole idea of the long floaty dress over jeans. I think that's a fantastic look. We're also talking poofy shoulders, very feminine kind of peasant style shirts in gorgeous fabrics. We're talking very floral feminine kind of silhouettes. I also love the idea of a vest over a dress. That's something that we're seeing a lot of that has that really great kind of 1960s, 1970s style. And when it comes to cold weather dressing for early spring and the oversized flowy silhouette, we're seeing, you know, those kind of oversized poncho sweaters. So there's lots of daily life wearable concepts in here. So let's take a look at just those few pieces I found in my current wardrobe that I thought I could work into the mix. On the clothing front, it was honestly just a few pieces. I don't have a ton in this genre, but I mean, hello, when you think of boho, doesn't everybody think of like a bell-legged jean? So I had a couple, and you're gonna see these in the looks. We first got the dark wash jean from Just Black Denim that you guys have seen in my capsule wardrobe. This is like a fit and flare jean, and I love these, so definitely perfect for boho style. And then something that I did score recently, I have to give a huge shout out to these. You guys, I love these so much. If they made them in every color of the rainbow, I would probably own them. These are my absolute favorite jeans at the moment. These are from Levi's, and these are the rib cage jeans. They are very high-waisted. Again, they're like a fit and flare. I love these. They come in a lot of different washes, so I thought these would be perfect. And then I have a skirt that's been in my wardrobe that I have really not been wearing. It's perfect for spring. Again, I thought this would work great into the boho look. And it is the skirt from Velvet Heart. And it is a silky slip skirt that is very florally, and the more classic dresser in me that keeps things very simple, not a lot of patterns, has kind of shied away from this, but I think this is gonna work in beautifully. So I also had some great accessories to work with in my wardrobe. In fact, probably more accessories than clothes. So let's talk about the shoes for a moment. This is a great place for me where I could work in some suede. I've got some suede, not even real suede on my end, but just like nice faux suede boots. So first, and probably favorite, are these wonderful boots I had here from Coachy. I love it. This is a great neutral boot going into spring. And then you guys know I have the Target bootie that I love so much that is in my capsule wardrobe, and it is this little brown kind of cognac colored suede boot. This is perfect for boho style, and as it just so happens, I loved this boot so much. I know it doesn't sound like a minimalist, but honestly, when you fall in love with something and you're wearing it all the time, I don't think there's any problem with duplicating it, maybe just getting a different colorway. So I did exactly that, and I got them in the chocolate brown, and you're gonna see that this works its way right into my little boho mini capsule. Then the other thing that I had in my wardrobe, I was glad I didn't feel the need to actually have to go out and acquire, were a couple of handbags that totally spoke to the trend. So first, we've got the fringe bag. I love this. This is just a great Myra bag. P.S. If you are here in Fountain Hills, Arizona, and you want to come in and shop at Chill Boutique, we have a huge collection of Myra bags on hand right now. Well, I love this. So the fringe is absolutely perfect. And then I also happen to have a good unstructured, very kind of just hobo, boho-y bag in my wardrobe from Consuela. And it is this little beauty here. Actually not little, this is kind of an oversized slouchy bag. And again, unstructured luxury is the perfect terminology to describe the vibe of this. So you'll see this working its way into the looks. Okay, now gals, let's get into the fun stuff. I did go secondhand shopping. I can't tell you how little I actually spent on this. This was an amazing set of scores. And again, what a great way to add some flavor to my wardrobe without breaking the bank. So, first and foremost, I found this silky lavender shirt, and you know, this is literally spot on when it comes to the spring trend. You've got the oversized sleeve, you've got the flowy fabric. I just thought it was beautiful. Then for a dress over jeans vibe, there are a lot of different ways you can pull this off, but I really liked Chloe's take on these long, flowy, kind of chiffon-like silhouettes. And I found this that I loved. It's got the high-low hemline, so it's higher up in the front, and it dips down in the back, and it is sheer, and I thought this would be absolutely perfect to put over jeans. Then I wanted something a little more whimsical, a little more feminine, a little like more 60s, 70s vibes. And I thought this was really cute, just a pretty little dress. This would be something I could also pair back to jeans. And then I wanted, again, that poncho top that we talked about, something like a nice heavy sweater knit for those colder days. So I just happened to score the perfect one. I think this is so expensive and luxurious feeling, and yet this cost next to nothing. So this is a great one. And this is another one of my absolute favorite scores. I do have a handful of vests in my wardrobe, but nothing quite like this. And I saw this and I had to grab it. I think this is so cute, very super soft, and this can be layered over tops. It can be layered over dresses. I could wear this like more ways than I can even tell you in the time we have in this video. And then finally, mega score on the pant front. Hello, total boho jeans. Love these, you guys, and I got so lucky here because they happen to just fit perfectly. The jeans, the bells with the patchwork that really pair nicely back to all of this. So from here, we're going to take a look at how I put these things together that I think kind of take it from the runway to real life, and I just can't wait to start getting dressed. So girls, as I noted, one of my favorite looks this season is the flowy dress over jeans. I just think this is so wearable. It's elegant, it's chic, it's definitely bohemian, and this secondhand dress I scored really hits the nail on the head for me. And as I mentioned, I love that it's a little higher in the front, lower in the back, and nice and streamlined, and I pair it back to my little brown suede booties and my brown Coach bag, and I would wear this any day of the week. This one for me feels so whimsical and fun and so in the mood of 60s, 70s. So I take that florally little shift dress, I put it over my dark flare leg jeans, back to the suede booties, and then throw the furry vest on top. And this takes it from runway to real life, perfect for kind of those late winter, early spring looks. Whenever I'm modeling looks, I do always end up with a favorite, and this one takes the cake for me. I totally love these jeans, as I mentioned, with the patchwork, back to the floaty kind of peasant style lavender blouse in the silky fabric and the fringe. This one captures the look all the way. Definitely a strong mood here, but not something that I would hesitate to wear, like I said, any day of the week, morning, noon, or even out for an evening dinner. For this outfit, no shopping was required. I was able to dig into the archives and, as I mentioned, pull out this floral skirt, which I haven't quite known what to do with up until now. It is perfect back to the light taupe suede booties and just this little sweater that I had hanging around from Target. And then I bring in my slouchy Consuela bag, and it is feminine, it's boho, and it's bringing together a lot of different elements of this more luxe bohemian style. And finally, as of the filming of this video, it is actually chilly outside by Arizona standards. So this is my perfect kind of late winter look. I take the oversized cargo pants from Velvet Heart here in the light color. This is mimicking one of the photos that I found that I loved so much for inspiration. I put the oversized poncho on top of just a fitted bodysuit, bring in the dark suede booties, and this is a great way to nod to the bohemian trend without having to bring in those more lightweight flowy fabrics when the weather's a little chilly. Well, gals, I don't know if you can tell, but I had so much fun making this video. So I highly suggest, if you are just longing to kind of think outside the box of your current capsule wardrobe, even though it may offer a lot of mix and match options, but you're just feeling a different style mood, don't be afraid to try the mini capsule. Remember, start with what you own first, identify the gaps, and then go shopping, thrifting if you can for the rest. Don't overdo it. Just make it a mini capsule. It doesn't need to take up a large portion of your closet, but it does allow you to get a little more creative. So if you guys liked this week's video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. That really helps this channel. And of course, make sure that you subscribe here to Zero Waste Closet. That way you guys get notifications whenever I come out with new videos, which is every single week. I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Have a great week.